Hey, I'm Jay. I'm with you again. Today we're going to be doing a doorknob, and I'm going to show you how to change a doorknob with a simple screwdriver. This came out of a kit, so this is a keyed entry. So this goes to, in this case, the front door that has key access on one side. Then it has the locking mechanism on the back. Comes with a new latch, keys, and this is a release pin for this particular knob that we're doing. This is a knob that we're removing. It's an inside keyed entry knob, so it has the locking mechanism on the rear, and on the front it has the keyed entry, and you can see the handle is worn.
Okay, so the first thing that you're really going to have to do is remove the doorknob from the actual door. This is normally a pretty easy task because all you really got to do is use your screwdriver, normally a Phillips head, and literally just unscrew a few things. But with this doorknob, it's a little bit different. As you can see, we kind of decided to remove that back plate first. That plate is only for aesthetics, so it's not really there for anything else. That's really all it's there for. Now with this particular door model, we actually have a little notch on the side, and you use a flathead screwdriver to get in there and kind of, I'm not going to say pry it off, but what you pretty much have to do is kind of press down a little bit, and the doorknob should just slip right off. So let's go ahead and watch that. And there you go. So then you're left with just the plate, or the actual part that allows you to lock the door and whatnot. Okay, so step 2 is removing the actual bracket away from the door. With this, you just take your screwdriver and literally just twist it off, and hopefully the screw should just come off, so you can really easily just pull it right off. So as you can see here, gonna go ahead and pull it right off, and it should just slip right off really easily. It shouldn't pull or tug or anything.
Okay, now we're going to remove the latch.
Okay, so using the exact same screwdriver that you just were, except switch to your Phillips head, go ahead and remove the screws from this part here. They should just come right out a little bit easier, and once they're out, you can go ahead and actually remove the entire piece. This is the locking mechanism, by the way. You just remove that right out.
Now we're going to go back in with a new latch, and that slides into that same spot. And it should fit about the same. If it doesn't, you can always take the back side of our screwdriver and tap it in.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put on the new bracket, or the new lock, and basically you just do the exact same thing except opposite. In other words, you just put the screws in as opposed to taking them out. And at this point, you got to make sure that everything gets flush, kind of, because if it's not, it might not close the door correctly. So you definitely want to check for that.
Now we're going back in with our new knob. This is the outside of it, the outside of the door, and this is the inside with the same locking mechanism. It just pivots on the inside. Now the key here is to line up the center part to the center of this opening, and hold that with one hand, then line up the rear side with the other.
So now we have the new doorknob in place. You're going to have to go ahead and use your screws and put those in, and then use your screwdriver to kind of tighten them, but don't make it too tight because you want to make sure that everything's correct.
These up, not too tight. Then I test the handle, make sure the latch and everything works. Make sure the locking mechanism works. Now the outside is locked. Now the outside is unlocked. This is the latch plate. We're going to replace it with this bright yellow brass color. These are again wood screws. I usually start one, then start the other. Get them down to a height where they'd be finger removable.
And once that they are actually like finger removable, go ahead and just remove the screws, and then go ahead and remove the plate. And you might want to check to make sure there's no like issues in the wood either. So definitely check that. Then we're going to go ahead and put on the new bracket, or the new breastplate. Make sure that this is flush. So if it's not, then you have to do a little bit of sanding, a little bit of chipping, just to kind of get it down to where it needs to be. And then go ahead and use your screws, and your screwdriver, I'm sorry. Use your screwdriver and go ahead and drive the screws in, but don't make it too tight because you don't want to strip the screws. Because if you do, then you're going to have to drill new holes and just a lot of other issues. So go ahead and make sure that those are nice and tight. And then once it is, you are done with the plate here. And after that, you are done with fixing your doorknob. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions about today's project, don't forget to leave a comment below. Also, if you'd like to see more of our videos, go ahead and subscribe. Also, go check our channel for other videos. Thanks.